sleeping in cars in ferry parking lots, driving 2 hours to fish a spot that you can't fish, and then getting turned around to find another spot, spending hours tying flies. Who knows how much money on gear that you try to convince yourself you need. And anyone you talk to, whether it's Massachusetts, it's New Jersey, it's New York, it's Connecticut, you find somebody who's crazier than you.
I mean, a lot of people will draw comparisons to something like a largemouth bass or a smallmouth bass just because they share a similar name and they kind of look similar. They have similar mouths, somewhat similar feeding habits, but I think that's kind of a free answer.
Get on a plane, 9 o'clock this morning, fly into Providence, got about another hour drive, get to the house, get fishing, and then it happens.
Falling down, people got a lot to say when you're falling out. I've been straying so far away, and the years take route. Wish that I could hit replay when I'm 6 feet down. Don't wish me away, yeah, staring up. All my life I've been okay, and I don't know how, but I'll do it anyway. All this noise so loud, but I'll try my best to change or just shut my mouth.
What the f was that?
I would say the striped bass are different fish in different scenarios. When you see them, cruising in a foot of water on a flat with their tail up, slurping crabs, they look a lot like a bonefish or a permit. But when you see them flying out of the water, chasing anything that swims, in a school of 200 fish, just frothing on the surface, they could very well be, a bluefin tuna or hell, even a GT. That's what makes striped bass unique, is they are kind of fly fishing shapeshifters in a way.
Explaining to people what it's like to catch these true saltwater stripers, it's just a completely different animal. They're bigger, more aggressive, they're migratory, so they're on a mission. You have to intercept them when they're coming from point A to point B. It's not the same. Yeah, I woke up looking at the South Carolina marsh, and here I am looking at the Cape Cod marsh. You get away from a place like that, and then it makes you want to go back there, and then you go back there, and you think about a place like this, and it's just this back and forth of all these different places you catch fish. And I think that's why we all fish, is because all these different places you can go to get it done. The Cheeky Schoolie Tournament is the largest fly fishing tournament in the world.
It's just a good excuse for people all over to come down to the Cape.
It gets guys coming in from out of state, left and right. You pull in the parking lot here, you see guys from Pennsylvania, you guys see guys from Maine, South Carolina, New York, New Jersey, all over the place. And all these people come in for stripers. If there wasn't a tournament, would we be coming up here? Probably not.
Your score is based upon your longest 4 fish. Last year's winner was 100.5 inches.
You gotta prove that the fish is wet. You gotta prove the fish was near the water. You gotta prove that the fish was released safely. For a tournament like this is about as good as you can get for the conservation.
Cheeky Tournament's a good time.
The people who are catching the fish are the people who care the most about the fish because they know the most about the fish.
We did well last year. We had 90 total inches last year, so we were in, I think, 19th place.
You kind of want to just prove to everybody, like, yeah, this is not easy. Everybody can catch fish here, but you don't want the bragging rights. I mean, even if it wasn't a tournament, I would want to catch the biggest fish that day. So, I mean, that's just kind of how it goes. And I think we all are kidding ourselves. It doesn't know how you think.
We are probably one of the youngest teams in the tournament. Adds to the story, adds to the fun that we're out here putting numbers up, competing with people who've been fishing these waters for twice our ages.
Sure, you can spend a lot of time enjoying it, being outdoors, all this is great, but you're here to catch fish. Go bird watching if you don't want to catch fish.
Remember, we are on this basically elongated sandbar that shoots out from the East Coast into the middle of the ocean, so we're bound to get some pretty weird weather patterns. That sea fog has got to be one of my favorites, especially when it's low light. It's eerie, it gives the area, it gives the fish a lot of character. Cape is home. Every summer we get reminded this, but this is a lot of people's dream vacation spots, or what their families have done every year since they were little. The Cape is kind of a geographic wonder. This peninsula was carved out by glaciers, and I'm pretty proud to call it my home waters.
11, boys.
Staring at the clouds again. One day I'll reach my end. Just like the moon, life changes, always moving in phases. I know I'll be fine. Yeah! Just like the moon, life changes, always moving in phases. I know I'll be fine.
For me, stripers, they just kind of symbolize home. Always been that way, probably always will be that way. They're just kind of our hometown heroes.
Fly fishing for stripers is definitely not the easiest way to do it. Purposely handicapping yourself, and it's, you know, it's just the way you want to do it. What's your favorite Renegade rod? The White Series. Have you ever tried it? Catches fish.
You know, if we put together what we put together this year, numbers-wise and tournament-wise, in last year's tournament, we would have had second place, which a little bittersweet.
Yo, we suck at fly fishing if we can't catch a sea robin. That's a good fish. Let's go. If we get one more of those, you break 100. We are all set. 99 on the dot.
Maybe some people just don't know how to catch fish like we do. And, they just completely crap the bed.
Oh, there we go. Oh, dude. Holy shit. That was it just ripped everything out of my hand. First, most important, do this. Then we can break out the camera and take bangers. Oh. Good one, good. Yeah, good one. The GoPro got that, let's go.